What's up, YouTube? It's Josh Blackburn here. Figure I want to switch up the camera side, let you get a view of my good side over here. I'm gonna do a quick video here about MMA and boxing training. I had a guy request a video. I believe it TNA Wrestling News. So this one's for you, buddy. Alright, so if you're a boxer or a fighter, you know, that's an intense sport. You know, you got to be able to have some endurance, some strength. You know, you have to have the whole package. So you're going to want to do some functional training. You know, you're not going to want to do a lot of bodybuilding training, you know, to get bigger. You know, you want to make sure that you can get the oxygen to your muscles, you know, and you can keep going at a higher pace. So to do that, you know, I recommend doing some HIIT cardio. I don't know how much, you know, if you're not doing a lot of cardio, or to other fighters out there, if you're just, you know, doing just regular road work, you're running your 5 miles a day, that's good, but mix it up. You know, do HIIT cardio 2 days a week. You know, intense 20-minute sessions, and then maybe the next week go up to 3 sessions, then the following week go down to 1 session. You know, and just kind of mix it up, and so you don't overtrain your body, because you're going to be doing a lot of skill training with your boxing or your fighting. So you want to make sure you don't overtrain, but at the same time you need to push yourself, because once you're in the cage, in the ring, when that bell rings, you want to make sure you have enough gas to make it until the bell rings again, and you want to make sure you can outwear your opponent, you know. So I would do that, you know, make sure you're doing HIIT cardio. I got a HIIT cardio video up, you know, pushing the van, you know, or get you a sled, or you can run sprints on the flat ground, or you can run hill sprints. You could do that on a treadmill, you can do it on an elliptical, you can do it on a bicycle. You know, it's pretty much the same principle. As far as your weightlifting goes, you know, I say throw in some Olympic lifts, squats, deadlifts, overhead press, bench. But, you know, make sure your boxing and your fighting training got to come first. You know, whatever it is you're doing for that. So, a few days a week, throw in some weights. You know, maybe one day go a little bit heavier. You know, 3 to 6 rep range, because you want to have strength. And then the other day in the week, go a little bit lighter, but go explosive. You know, you're not trying to get any muscle growth. So, you know, go with it'd be about 50-60% of your 1 rep max, and just bust it out, you know, I mean, just as quick as you possibly can, but still controlling the weight, so you can work your fast twitch muscles, so you can explode. So when you're throwing a jab, you can explode that jab off and pop it at the end, and make sure, you know, that, you know, you're popping it and busting him in his nose. You know, and then even one day a week, just do you know, lightweight high reps. I mean, 15 to 25, 30 reps of, you know, overhead press. Just do a straight circuit of that. You know, do some rows, do overhead press, do some squats, and just go really light with a lot of reps. And the reason for that is you want to train your muscles to have endurance, because, you know, okay, you're working on your muscle strength, you're working on your explosiveness, that's good, but if you can only have that strength and explosiveness for, you know, 2 minutes, a minute into the fight, you know, then your hands start getting tired. You know, you got to hold your hands up, you know, the whole fight. You got to protect your face. So you want to have some muscle endurance, just like you want to have the cardio endurance to be able to last the whole time of the fight. And I believe if you're an amateur MMA fighter, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the rounds are 3-minute rounds, and then I think if you go pro, it's 3 5-minute rounds, and then if you're a title fight, it's 5 5-minute rounds. So if you're an amateur fighter, I would work my way up to training 5-minute rounds. If you're a pro fighter, I would work my way up to training 7-minute rounds. The reason for that is, if you get your body used to fighting, during your training, you're fighting longer than the actual fight itself can possibly last, there's no way your opponent can beat you, unless he knocks you out. But if it comes down to a decision, you're going to kick his ass because he's going to run out of gas. You're going to have the oxygen in the tank to keep going and keep pushing the fight, keep pushing the pace, and if MMA too, boxing as well, do some burpees. Make sure you're changing levels, because that's really tough on your heart. Not in a bad way, but it's just tough that if you have to sprawl and then jump back up and then kick the guy in the face or punch him or whatever it might be, so make sure you practice changing levels and getting your body used to that. And for boxing, I'm not real sure about boxing. I think it's 2-minute rounds, and I know it's 10, 12 rounds. I don't know what the difference is between amateur and pro. So the same thing there. I would make sure to train 3-minute rounds. Try to work your way up to 3.5, 4-minute rounds. And it's the same principle. You want to make sure that you can outlast the guy you're fighting, or woman if you're a female fighter. Because I'm trying to think. I had this old Muhammad Ali poster, and I believe he said, he had a quote or something. He said that the fight is won before you ever step in the ring. And to me, what he means by that is it's your training. If you're fixing to get in the cage, you're fixing to get in the ring and let some guy that wants to take your head off, why not train your ass off so you can make sure that when you leave, you're not leaving all busted up, going to the hospital with a broke nose, a broken jaw, So that's what I got right now for the training. I'm going to get more into it. I'll put up some training videos, some exercises that I think would be beneficial for the fighters, for the boxers, and some different core workouts, some different, some strength workouts, explosive workouts, and some footwork and stuff like that to try to help the fighters out, and make sure that your strength and conditioning is where it needs to be, so you can go and kick some ass and take some names. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.